You're watching Mustang TV News with Trevor Champion and Jessica Workman.
Welcome back to Mustang TV News. I'm Trevor Champion.
And I'm Jessica Workman. Have you ever wondered who and what exactly it takes to feed us students at MCHS? Well, our very own Madison Cahoon has the answers.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It creates energy for our cells. Where do we get our energy from? Food. Recently, I looked at what goes into making food for the students here at MCHS. Miss Jill is the cafeteria manager here at MCHS. Her and the cafeteria team work hard to feed us students. They work from 6:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., cooking, serving, and cleaning.
First thing we do is we order our food, and we look at our menu. That's how we know what to order. It's kind of been difficult this year because we've had about 500 more lunches that we're serving at lunch this year, and 100 more breakfast at breakfast time. So we have had times where we may have to substitute a thing or two, but as we go, we're learning how many to order. Then once we get it in, pull it out of the freezer, pan it up, cook it, take temperatures on it, make sure it's safe, and then we have cleanup. Everybody cleans up, does dishes, and we go home.
We here at McCracken County would like to show our appreciation to Miss Jill and the cafeteria team with this message.
Thank you, lunch ladies. Thank you, lunch ladies.
Thank you, lunch ladies.
Thank you so much.
Miss Jill says this team is very close throughout the 6 years. They have worked here and is very passionate about the food they produced. Are you down for dinner? The FCCLA has created a pledge for families to put down their phones at dinner to strengthen family ties. You can take the pledge during your lunch period, Friday the 13th, and the following Monday.
Our Down for Dinner pledge is a goal we are having our members and other people take to sit down with their family one night a week and not have phones at the dinner table for 4 weeks.
So basically what this is we've taken these note cards and we put in questions on the note cards, and we call them table talk starters, and what they do is initiate conversation between you and your family.
For more information, contact an FCCLA member or advisor. In our previous newscast, members of the news team went out and interviewed a handful of the new administrators here at MCHS. However, one administrative member we did not interview was Mr. Hauser.
Although he has worked at the school for 6 years, he has now taken on the role of head principal. Garrett Schooley and Eric Aller asked him some questions on his new role.
After arriving at his office, our first question was his thoughts on being head principal.
I'm excited to be the principal. It's a lot of responsibility, but so far I've really enjoyed it. I think it really helps that I was here as a house principal for several years before that, so just getting adjusted to a new routine, but so far I really like it.
Alongside the new rule changes that have been added to the Code of Conduct, another of the biggest changes is the new motto at MCHS. Everyone matters, every moment counts. We also asked Mr. Hauser how he came up with the new saying.
And I really wanted to narrow down, I love work hard and be nice, and obviously those two things are very important. But for me, I kind of wanted to go back to the why. Why do we want to work hard? Why do we want to be nice and kind? And
finally, in relation to the above statement on new rules, we asked Mr. Hauser if we can expect any more, to which he gave us a short but clear statement.
Necessarily adding rules to the school is the goal that I have in mind.
We also asked Mr. Hauser his thoughts on following Mr. Siglinski as principal, effectively telling us it will be a tough act to follow, but he'll try his hardest to do just as well. For MCHS, I'm Garrett Schooley.
If you need Mr. Hauser for any reason, he can usually be found in his office behind the front desk.
Ever wondered where you can get information about college admissions or scheduling college visits? You can see Miss Megan Boland to get all of those questions answered.
The best time to apply for colleges is definitely fall of your senior year, preferably in September and October when those applications first open. You want to get those done ahead of time so that way you can apply for university scholarships. I send out those announcements for sign-ups. Those sign-ups are usually posted outside my office in House 2 on the first floor on the bulletin board out there. So if you're signed up for the Remind, you're not going to miss a thing.
And if you want to personally see Miss Boland, you can check out her office on the first floor of House 2 through the left doors.
Last week we interviewed the new administration of McCracken County High School, but were unable to speak with Mr. Jackson. This week we sat down with him and questioned him about his new role at MCHS. Mr. Jackson said he would like to find his niche here at McCracken County and leave in better shape. He says he'll like to get a sense of how we've done things in the past, although it does not mean it's how we will continue to do things in the future.
It's a great school, tons of opportunity. When I decided to apply for this position, I read the curriculum guide that was online, and just to see the opportunities that our students have and our families have here at McCracken, it's unbelievable.
Mr. Jackson was previously a Chief Information Officer, but has also played the role of teacher and assistant principal.
Last Saturday, the Mustang Marching Band hosted its 5th annual Mustang Music in Motion contest, as 5 other bands from around the area came to MCHS to compete. We asked band director John Lovell about his thoughts on the contest and what's in store for the marching band as the season progresses.
You know, I thought it went great. This is the 5th year we've hosted. Last year got rained out. So knowing that we've had so many new kids that have never hosted a contest and parents, it went extremely well. We had it was about 1,800 people here on Saturday. The show, we have a lot of staff members, and we usually get together about 10 months before the marching season, and we throw around some ideas. This year, I wanted to go really different and do something that was kind of educationally based. So we kind of went with a theme, but loosely based off the Scarlet Letter. This year, we're going to have a little more, drill movement, and you match that up with the props and the color design. Marching band is really, the best of all the arts. It has color, it has movement, it has sound, sometimes it even has singing. So what I like about marching band is it encompasses all of the art forms into one.
The band also has 2 new drum majors, including their first ever sophomore, Chloe Reed. She gave us her remarks about the show.
I'm a big fan of the show. I think it's a really good idea. I think it's a really good concept. I really like it. It's something you can really build off of. And I think it's going to be a great year.
Though the season is off to a promising start, the season has not come without its challenges, as assistant band director Kelly Ray explained how the band has overcome their obstacles.
The heat, it's been really rough. And we've got a lot of new kids. I think this is our largest group of freshmen ever. But again, as I said earlier, they've responded very well.
The Kentucky Music Educators Association has also changed guidelines on how bands are judged. One of those changes is judges will now be on the field. Mr. Ray seems to be on board with the changes.
I think they're good changes. It gives a little more accountability for all the kids, for all of the students in the band. I mean, you've got people on field closer to you, listening to you play more individually. They're focusing more on your marching technique. The kids have to respond, and I think it's good in the long run.
The Mustang Marching Band travels Saturday to a contest in Murfreesboro, Illinois. We wish them the best of luck then and for the rest of the season.
Mainstay Bank is now open during lunch between 10:50 and 12:20. This student-run bank offers change and saving accounts to students and staff with a minimum of $5 and maximum $500 deposits. You can also get a loan up to $50. McCracken County High School works in a conjunction with CFSB to offer a student bank.
Welcome back to Mustang TV Sports. I'm Brendan Evers. Our varsity football team played last week with a 39-point win over Graves County. The final score was 65-26. They play again this Friday against Mayfield. We wish them the best of luck. Our women's volleyball team played last week against CCA. Our Mustangs won in 3 sets. Volleyball player Mackenzie Mason has her opinion on these recent events and upcoming games.
We did okay in Lexington. We could have done a lot better, obviously, but I think we learned a lot, and we're going to take that back into practice. We're going to really work on serve receive and work on our hitting and just learning more ways to score.
Our Mustangs are back in action this weekend against Effingham. Last week, our Mustang women's soccer team got a huge win against rival Paducah Tillman. with a final score of 5-1. One of the team's captains, Molly Thomas, gave us insight on the team's performance.
If we can beat Tillman and, of course, beat St. Mary's, and we should make the run for region champs.
They play both Evansville and Madisonville this weekend. We hope they bring home another win. Our men's and women's golf teams were in action this week. The women's golf team played a match against Graves County, shooting a 161. Our men's golf team beat Massac and Carterville also Tuesday. We wish them the best of luck.
You guys have heard about the Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes sandwich, right? Which do you think is better? Chick-fil-A is...
Chick-fil-A, you know how they make the chicken sandwich? They kneel down and pray and the chicken sandwich is.
You're for Popeyes? Sure.
Popeyes.
Popeyes has to be better.
I think Chick-fil-A is probably better.
Chick-fil-A all the way. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A because it has the pickle stuff. Chick-fil-A because I can dip it in Polynesian sauce.
Chick-fil-A. Which one?
I'm associated with the corporation of Chick-fil-A, and I am legally, by law, not allowed to respond to any questions about this.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
My C.
Chick-fil-A. Popeyes. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Who prefers Chick-fil-A over Popeyes?
Oh,
Chick-fil-A all day.
Chick-fil-A. 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 Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Chick-fil-A.
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 Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
I think it's like 59 Chick-fil-A, less than 10 for Popeye. So I think Chick-fil-A won.
Which one do you like better?
I've actually never had either of them.
And the winner is, who cares? They both suck. There are kids dying in Africa and you're arguing about bread with meat on it. One gives you salmonella and the other hates gay people. Nobody wins.
That concludes our second Mustang TV News of the Year. We hope you've enjoyed.
If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our Twitter @Mustang TV News.
For everyone here at Mustang TV, have a great rest of your day, and we hope to see you back next week. And remember, everyone matters,
And every moment counts.